share a friend is saying, oh my God, when chair, and they who say in the 6 months, yeah, by offer a year the area of a year, Sidinoa, Sidino, Omabo home moderne, ama Sidino, stabilize a year, offer a year the economic a year growth, and they according to Fitch, Chrome say a year, a buying by Wabon home moderne, and you know, your earlier a year, a friend is saying, introduction, no, oboso. Inflation is so a form. Yenina no obebusa say they are now contributed to all these.
Okay, so Doug, let me tell you, the NDC as a government and a political party is an entity of conscience.
Wow. Na just say we the MPP ni be tia because na Bernardian no okay BO.T honorable na as MPP the omunye a political party of conscience na no komo ayedi afa MPP fo ehum okrom am say massa they are brand table beke kakeka no credit too much ni hwani you it is a usi suni pia say this particular NDC is an organization of conscience. Just say they allow say adwene ne be ye adwuma aboa nipa.
No, and conscience is about the heart.
Yeah. Okay.
NDC our special love for the country as a party and as a government.
Jomo akomapa ema o my Ghana.
Rightly so. Because me fan on balance of scale. Now compare the two in pari passu. I will tell you, sir, the NDC has a very deep heart toward developing the country. It is not to say, sir, NDC is made up of all angels. Every family there are black sheep. Dog, every family you come across black sheep. Even, don't forget that Jesus Christ started with 72 disciples. And it went down to 12 disciples. Out of the 12 disciples, there was Judas. So there will always be Judases among you. There will always be corrupt people around among you. There will always be wrongdoers around you. And as a government, because a government is simply a multiplicity of interests. For example, somebody campaigned for the NDC to come with the sole intention to do galamsey. So whilst His Excellency John Dramani Mahama may be thinking of fighting galamsey, it became the cash cow of somebody. Somebody contributed for the NDC to win with the intention of getting legitimate contract to do clean business. Somebody campaigned for the NDC to win so that the economy will stabilize for business to take shape. Somebody campaigned for the NDC to win so that Operation Recover All the Loot can happen, so that corrupt past government and corrupt current government can face the law. So, Dr. Rain, a government is simply multiplicity of varied interests. And until I say in Sota, Ubia na Dobon.
Okay, neje say ye chiremu me de fa eye na no MPP aban na o ka say eye a multiplicity of interest here. Neje say over the MPP omobai there was a particular interest on be drive here. And in Tinema,
let me tell you. Let me tell you. On any day, the #1 best president Ghana should have produced should have been Excellency Akufo-Addo. But today, in the Fourth Republic, he is the worst in my view. Because he went through all the mill. In fact, he was the #1 protagonist, mobilizing people against every regime. In fact, the 19-year stay of Rawlings as a head of state and military leader and as a civilian leader, the number one albatross on his neck was His Excellency Akufo-Addo. So there was huge expectation on what he should have achieved and the legacy he should have left. But the legacy of His Excellency Akufo-Addo is not the best I'm proud of. No. Not because I am not a member of that tradition, but because today his own people are telling him in the face that he is the monumental pillar for their defeat. I'm not saying it.
Na so far Professor Michael Kwe the committee no ensem a woman bi ana wugina so. So nanka wo hwɛ mu a the energy na kokodro ni nokra na okano. Emagana for who say look, let's give him the chance to come. After all, yes, nana adwunso agun kramodan ho nana ye den nana emuade nana, you know, a whole lot of baggage of, you know, negatives around him. But Ghanaians said that, look, you know what, 2016, let's give him the opportunity to see. But I tell you, His Excellency Akufo-Addo tenure has taught Ghanaians how not to govern as a country. Hey. Say, Papa no ananka we expected say we go through the mill no. We nya a strong tradition. Wa bomodia tata nkofo so mumbu amemoyi. Nti nka ono de nka sa mmere nka ono edu ne so de. Ese nkotimi exploit than all of them.
And for me, I'm going to focus my attention on the economy.
Please do.
Look, in 2017, when the then finance minister mooted the idea to clean up the banking sector, I was against it. You know why? Yena nanumbu baby say yenkudwa fo nigga. Enna mena nansu ne bu be se obuani ni Paul ben wa obosia bo nkwa akiri.
Se obuani ni Paul ben wa obosia bo nkwa akiri. Okay. So ben yes.
So if you are a government, na obuama timemu for the indigenous people, I'm choosing my words advisedly. So obuama the indigenous, Ghana for man kasa di ya. And now so mo ye Ghana for nti no. So mo de omo sika ni bi kra ko another country, they are measured. And a chunk of the money they will make will stay in Ghana. Let me give you practical examples. Take Despite. Take Zoom Lion. Take all the big entrepreneurs in Ghana. What they take outside in savings and investment is not comparative to what they have in Ghana.
No, correct.
And Abai what the share with him say. It comes back to serve your interests. And Dr. Rain, the heartbeat of every economy is the banking sector.
Where your money is, that is where your heart is.
Master, straightforwardly. Straightforwardly.
Wow. Abusia Ogusa utie Rainbow Radio 92.4 FM. Yane Honorable Bernard Odro Techina twetwen komo chartered economist. Yes.
So every banking sector is the heartbeat of your economy. So when out of capricious reasons, out of hatred, out of jealousy, not based on conscientism, you try to attack other bank owners, all because you think they are becoming overbearing, very influential, and very popular. You are not attacking those people. But Obama abanebo siabono akwechi. Because our money flow to bonds, treasury bill, commercial paper. The first people to buy are banks.
Wow.
So when you kill the banking sector owned by local people, you are driving away people who will help you to grow the economy. And I, in 2017, then I was in the NPP. I remember 2018, I was very loud that this decision is ill-motivated, it's emotional, it's capricious, it's whimsical, and it is not immune to the benefit of the economy. Because the people whom you want to collapse their banks, are they Ivorians?
No.
Were they Ivorians?
No, they were Ghanaians.
Were they Venezuelans? They are Ghanaians. So if things have gone wrong, poco a poco, sit down with them small and resolve it.
As someone who can poco a poco, and you ever come mano a mano. Dr. Mahmoud.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
I'm not done yet. Now, when the government economically attacked the banking sector, local bank owners were the worst affected. Local bank owners were the worst affected, not foreign banks. Because when you take a foreign bank, they have come here as a subsidiary. GT Bank, the parent company, is another country. The GT Bank Ghana, you see, is a subsidiary and in Krabata. And in no, Nigeria.
Any Krumu Ghana.
There be ASA, Nihini, South Africa. Access Bank, the foundation, Nigeria. Zenith Bank, the foundation, Nigeria. And you were pony who kakra in a diaba Ghana. And you say, Kobas or Wahuchebu Kra Ghana. And now set a young and Krabatentino. On the Kobabian in Hini war. No Mako Tunabian Nidia Banomodia Betiato Croa. But you
a branch, Binti, or Briar branch.
A branch. But you tea bank it there. And you are budding in Hini, ne flower, pollination, ne branches, Ghana ne walk. And you say, oh, two UT bankers there. You are creating poverty for the next 100 years.
Whoa. And intina a year Professor Frimpong Jina Suka say, Sa a year shocks no. Ebema Ghana a year or man pimbo bebiano, a bit taking a year over 25 years in Puan Sana what to
he was even being charitable. He was economical with the truth. It will take another 50 years. Now let me explain to you why. Honorable
BO.T, some men are now I know, sir, you received attacks, of which a lot of publications, you received a lot of attacks, yeah.
I did. Because you see, me and me NDC, say me who are DNA be hard me. I mean, look, that some of the ministers, I tell them in the face. I tell them plain. After all, what? We talk without NDC, without MPP, we are surviving. We are not dying. There is one cabinet minister, I will not mention his name on your platform. He did something. Everybody was afraid. I told him in the face on a platform, say, hey, Jack, sit up. 7 months ago, you were not.
7
months ago, you were not a cabinet minister. 8 months ago, you were not a cabinet minister. So if today, through the hard work of millions of Ghanaians, you will be made a cabinet minister, be respectful to people, because power is transient. Look, for the first year of the NPP government in 2016 to 2020, the NPP had an overbearing goodwill. Because in 2016, Ghanaians were tired of Mahama. Take it or leave it. I will not sugarcoat it. I'll say it as it is. So when His Excellency Akufo-Addo came, Ghanaians were so open to help him to succeed. But he took the leniency of Ghanaians for granted. Other than that, You have banks owned by Ghanaian people. UT Bank, Pakwasindum, Kofi Amuabin, Ninaku, Dr. Kwabnado for whoever. And you said that, look, I want to clean up your banks, consolidating you. And that the banks come and tell them, you know what? Something that you need billions of, let's say 15, 16, 21 billion to do, just give us 9 billion. We can be in business and create jobs. And people said, no, I want to clean you and consolidate you. And let me tell you, if you want one individual in Ghana who redefined banking in Ghana, is Dr. Pakwasindum and UT Bank. They redefined banking. In fact, they made banking look effortless and attractive. Let me tell you, and I'll say this on your platform. Some 10 years ago, I didn't like GCB Bank because it was full of old people. But Pakwasindum and UT Bank comes into the banking sector. They bring in fresh people, graduated from universities, polytechnics. These young people were bringing innovation, creativity. Within a short time, GCB Bank had no option than to copy them. Today, when you go to GCB Bank, it's more innovative and attractive than even some bank that I used to like. That should tell you the power of competition. But a certain finance minister who is now on the Interpol red notice becomes a finance minister and wanted to destroy every foundation. Today, we are running away. You see, the advice we gave him in 2017-18 that he failed to take, today he's swallowing a bitter pill. Me, today, Dr. Ren, I can move in Ghana freely. I can travel freely. But you, Ken Oforiatta, some years ago, he was a co-president of Ghana. Ken Oforiatta became so powerful than even Bawumia. At a cabinet meeting, it's alleged that he could shut up Bawumia when he's making a point. Because he failed to listen to good counsel, today he's a runaway former finance minister. Me, that means Dr. Ren, me, I no chop any minister, I no chop nothing. I have my freedom. Nobody has put BOT on red notice. I can move freely. I don't fear any mano a mano. I don't fear any poco a poco. So, when you are a government appointee and you fail to take good feedback and advice, it may one day end you up in jail. Wow. I'm telling you. Because, look, we are talking about over 30 million Ghanaians and you are the only finance minister. So don't take certain decisions that will impoverish millions of people. And Dr. Ren, if you look at the negative economic impact of the banking sector cleanup, it affected over 1 million people.
Wow.
Yes, because when you pick a Bangla UT Bank, they have suppliers, internal auditors, bank managers, other value chain people, they had investors. You just woke up and you brought them down to their knees. So look at the number of workers UT Bank had. How many could CBG accommodate? A few. The rest lost their job. Some lost their investment. Some died prematurely. And you think God will forgive you. No wonder he's doing thousands upon surgery. The soul of the land is after him. Now, let me flip the narrative and come to NDC. I said in my earlier submission that the NDC is a party of conscience. Yeah. NDC, you may not like NDC for some reason, that is a palaver. But NDC, yeah. Dr. Ren, Bible say, yen so ahunhum nyinanshe. So me, when I'm talking, I've had the opportunity to test MPP, and I'm testing NDC now. So when I'm talking, I'm talking from practical experience. Look, I've dealt with the top echelon of both parties. NDC is very conscionable. NDC is a listening. Look, NDC appear to be our own. You may think when you are talking, they are not listening, but they are listening. They listen and they act. MPP
Who can cry anymore?
Yes. But NDC is not like that. And that is why I am proud to be a member of the party now. It is not about whether I've gained something or not. That is inconsequential. That is inconsequential.
I know the UK for no every brain no mutie the but send you inconsequential.
Yes, it's inconsequential. For the mere fact that my toil contributed to the victory, and today nobody can wake up to even harass me anyhow, I am okay. For the mere fact that I can speak my mind to a minister and he will act, I am okay. For the mere fact that a conversation like this will get to them, and whether they like it or yes, they may act in a way, I'm okay. Because the table always turns and the storm will not last forever. The table always turns. I'm a very patient person. For those who may not know, I am. But I speak my mind. That's the bottom line. But when I'm able to compare the two, because the NDC is a party of conscionability, it is still public confidence.
So that is where the hope comes from.
Yes, when people know say akwai oyenipa, akwai ukasache no tie. Oh, akwai we there. Oya there na utia na nan so a obetwi break. Eno na ma the indicators na say ye no. Asha se e pick. E pick because timamufo na nya tema ma aban no. Masatio. Madam Fubi was say BO.T o. Dr. Ren.
Yes, bro.
What the asma me back you? What the two air man? And a two na wo dey ba. Ghana forces who analyze the canon of taxation. Broadly, you talk about three forms of broader taxes: progressive, regressive, proportional. But the kind of taxation, and you yende brought me for pay regressive tax, I have to bottom to. And I would levy ban. Everybody complain. 88 members of parliament of the MPP says, look, can Oforia Tadia way yet? What the bar yen two? What's it there be? Yen Tiobia. Now, Mahama, His Excellency Mahama came to be, and he left he scrap up the levy. Dr. Ray, would yet you? Siasemi bio.
Yet pa.
So we are investor now. We are Ghanaian. In between the two government, one Albania Badayama.
Yeah, we tea listening government now about
attack the economic indicator, the macro level as well as the micro. They take a positive direction not because of any magic, but because somebody is listening to the people.